So while I have a break from time, I ain't doing nothing right now. We're going to talk about some of the news that has broke over the last, I don't know, 42 hours, including one today and one yesterday. Um, we'll start with the sad news first. I mean, they're both kind of sad, but we'll start with probably the most impactful one. Legendary college basketball announcer Billy Packer died last night at 82 years old. He died of what I believe was kidney failure. This is a sad day for the college basketball world. Billy Packer was one of the best to do it, and you look, you already know, like Scott Howard, Chuck Daddle, Danny Reed, Mark Sloniker, Colin Lacey. All these guys are my favorite. I don't watch games with TV. I listen to them on the radio, but there's a catch to that. When we're talking top 10 college basketball TV announcers, and that's what I'm trying to certify here. I'm trying to clarify that this is a different. This is not a radio list. This is a TV list I'm about to give you. When we talk top 10 announcers in college basketball on TV, Billy Packer is up there in top 3. I mean, you know, man. I would even probably consider, if it was not for Dick Vitale, I would probably put him at 2. But he's top 3, man. I mean, and you know, I could go to arguments of why he's one of the best. Number 1, but this is a sad day for college basketball. He went to, and there's a difference. Like, I'm sure people are gonna say, well, you know, you're a SEC fan. You don't know nothing about it. That's not true. That's not all the way true. He called like 34 straight Final Fours. I'm on Wikipedia right now. And some people also might say, well, you know, you weren't even alive to see all that. And while that's partially true, that's partially incorrect as well. You know, man, like, I'm probably just kind of a hard time. This is really sad. I'm kind of having a hard time putting this into words. Um, like, he is one of the best college basketball broadcasters ever in this world. I mean, it's hard to argue. He went to Wake Forest. He played for Wake Forest, I believe. And that's what I'm about to say. Well, and I'm not trying to make this about something it's not. I'm more familiar, and that's, well, I'll finish saying this. I am more familiar with his son, Mark Packer. Because there was a time there, guys. My TV was on the ACC network all day, every day. I mean, Packer and Durham to start the day. Old football games to start in the middle of the day. I mean, I loved the ACC network when it first premiered. You know, Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, Duke. Those were the teams I liked in the ACC. So I know there's probably some people say, well, you're not familiar with him. No, I'm very familiar with who Billy Packer is. ACC legend and a college basketball legend, a overall wonderful human being. We are really gonna miss Billy Packer, and then this is what I also was gonna say. Well, like, you know, I was talking about this with somebody earlier today. I technically did not grow up with these guys. The older people who grew up with, you know, Billy Packer and Dick Vitale, and, you know, for a few years there, Vern Lundquist. I mean, I know, I love and I respect these guys, but you gotta look on my side. I've grew up with people like, TV wise, like Wes Durham, Gus Johnson, Jim Nance with the Final Four. I mean, which I think he ain't doing a Final Four no more in a few years. But anyway, I forgot. But there's no telling. There's no matter. There's no telling about how many other broadcasters there are. There's probably thousands, and that doesn't matter. Billy Packer is the best of the best, and we will miss him. Thoughts and prayers go out to his son Mark Packer, and the rest of their family. I've talked to Mark a few times. He might not realize it, but I have on Packer and Durham. That show don't come on no more, but I texted in and called in a few times on that show. And via social media, I've talked to Mark Packer a few times, and Mark's a great dude too. It breaks my heart he's going through something like this. He is just a brilliant person. He's a down-to-earth person too. He's one of the great people you could talk ACC basketball with. So it's really heartbreaking for him. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking for everybody. So thoughts and prayers go out to the Packer family. And then just one more thing. On 95.5 WSB, Scott Slade announced that he was stepping back from Atlanta's morning news. Scott Slade has been at WSB for 40 years. He didn't say he was technically retiring, but he would no longer be doing the morning show. Scott Slade is one of the big figures of 95.5 WSB. He has been at the station for God knows how long, 40 years. He is one of the best people at the station. Another dude who's just a great down-to-earth guy. It's kind of look, when you've been doing something for 40 years, I'm sure it's hard to want to. Sometimes you need to do something else. That's what the dude on, what was his name? I always forget. I forgot this guy's name because this happened in 2020. Let me see. Chris Brame. I just remembered it. Chris Brame. That's what Chris Brame did on 960 The Ref. He's been doing before the show got canceled. In the afternoon show, The Home Team, with my great friend Jeff Dantzler and Chris Brame. Chris Brame did that show for 5 or 6 years or something, and then he called it quits. He's now working at a rock station somewhere, I think. I don't know. I really don't know, but yeah, that show don't even come on no more. They canceled that show. The ESPN affiliates canceled that show. But yeah, man, Scott Slade retiring from WSB. Not retiring, stepping back. I hope he enjoys this, whatever he's doing. I hope he has fun. I don't know what he's doing, and it's not my place to know. So, listen, he will be missed from the WSB radio community. And yeah, just once more time, rest in peace, Billy Packer. We sure lost a icon today. I don't like doing death videos, I'm not saying mean about it, but sometimes it's not my place, or I'm just not interested to talk about it. But this was one I think I needed to open up about a little bit because I loved Billy Packer. He was a great dude. Georgia, Tennessee, Georgia and South Carolina tomorrow. Georgia women's hockey. I'll have a whole nother video on that. I did not even know that existed. I'll talk more about that later on. And then Ice Dogs, Friday and Saturday, I believe, or Saturday, Sunday. And then Georgia basketball tomorrow at 6 o'clock versus South Carolina. Can Georgia finally beat South Carolina? It's been a long time. I hope we can. And I will just end that right here. So, happy we're stepping back, Scott Slade. We hope you have fun doing whatever. And rest in peace to one of the greats, Billy Packer.
The improbable, the unthinkable, the unbelievable. They beat Arkansas and go wire to win the SEC tournament.